What is going on, guys? Johnny here, and welcome back to another Infinite Warfare video. Today we're going to be talking about the two types of players that are going to have the most trouble when COD 2017 boots on the ground comes around. So now, I'm not saying that these guys are bad. I'm just saying that they're heavily reliant on the new futuristic movement and the rigs and the specialists. So now, I thought that the specialists in Black Ops 3 were pretty balanced, and I liked it overall. There was no particular one that was really annoying, you know, except for the Hive. But you know, you could just kill those instantly. It was no problem. But now in Infinite Warfare, I see two types of players that really just irk me. And then I feel that these are the types of players who are going to have the most trouble when it comes to COD 2017. So now, who am I talking about? I'm talking about those that use Stryker and the Micro Turret, as well as that, I don't know what the trait is called, but pretty much when you throw a grenade at them, it like dissipates before it gets to them and it does no damage to them. But more specifically, that Micro Turret, because that is very camper friendly, and I feel like it promotes camping a lot heavily. So, and actually, before we move on, the second one is actually Synaptic and propulsion stacked with rewind. So, I have no real problem with rewind. I mean, you know, whatever. It was in Black Ops 3 also. It's slightly more annoying in this game for like whatever reason. I just don't understand. It just really bothers me. But not as much as those players who use propulsion. So now that is a trait that is specific to Synaptic, so pretty much your thrust jumps reload a lot faster. So it's afterburner but on steroids, and it's just really annoying because these are the guys that are jumping all over the place and they just don't know how to run. They're like allergic to them. The floor is lava, and I just don't understand. These are the guys who are flying all over the place. And these are the two types of players that I really feel are going to have the most trouble adjusting to the new Call of Duty, should they choose to move on, or maybe they want to stay on Infinite Warfare a whole another year, and that's completely fine. Now, unfortunately for this entire video, I'm going to be using Synaptic with rewind and propulsion, because unfortunately the idea for this video didn't dawn on me until after I prestiged. So even though it is double XP weekend, I'm not grinding it hard enough to get to that level where I unlock Stryker. And good, because I just don't want to be that guy. But first we're going to talk about propulsion. So like I said, just your thrust jumps, they just reload so much quicker. It is afterburner from Black Ops 3 but on steroids, and it is to the max. These are the guys that run around the entire map just jumping everywhere, and they're literally impossible to hit. I mean, I get that, you know, it's there, so why not use it, but these guys really take it to a whole different place. These are the guys that use the Karma Phobos. So now, there's nothing wrong with that gun. I like it myself. The only problem with it is that the epic perk on this gun, I don't know what it's called specifically because I don't have it right in front of me, but however, with this gun, whenever you slide or whenever you're up in the air, you have a greatly reduced hipfire spread, and you're pretty much guaranteed a kill as long as they're within that very small area where the crosshairs are. So I use this a lot. I like it. You know, you get to jump on people, but me personally, I use Phantom, and so Phantom doesn't load as quick as Synaptic does in terms of the thrust jumps. So these guys just jump all over the place, and then they stack the Phobos with a laser sight, which means that there's no way they're not gonna get a kill when they are hip firing, and that's just super annoying. And you gotta think, how are these guys gonna adjust to the new Call of Duty in 2017? So now, this video can go a whole bunch of different ways because I also have my own theories about COD 2017. But you know, that's for another video, or maybe I might sprinkle it in here. I don't know. I'm just talking off the top of my head. I don't have any real structure in front of me, so we'll see how this goes. But anyway, these guys are the ones who can't, like, the floor is lava to them. They just don't know how to sit still. And so just to kind of prove this point, I used this in only one game of Genesis, and it was ridiculous. It is disgusting. Okay, you take a shot at somebody, whoop, you miss because I was using a shotgun. I just jump because I have no trouble, and I know that my thrust jump is completely filled up. So that's really annoying to many extents, because you're almost impossible to hit when you're jumping around all over the place, because you pretty much have a limited jump. By the time you jump up, wall run, get the jump on somebody, before you even hit the ground, you already have a full thrust jump already there for you to use. So then the second you touch the floor, you're pretty much just jumping again. And so with COD 2017 being boots on the ground, you're not gonna have that advantage, you know. I would like there to still be that slide mechanic, because that I really do like, especially with shotguns. I feel like that's something that they could incorporate into the game, COD 2017 by Sledgehammer Games. However, I don't know what it's gonna be. I do have my own theories, but like I said, that's for a different video. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but like I said, this is just off the top of my head, and I had this idea while just playing. So then I decided, hey, you know, I'm just gonna record and then make a video on it, because I want to get something out for you guys. And you know, you subscribe for a reason, and so just, I know it's a very, very, very small fan base, or subscriber base, is more appropriate, but I do want to get something out there for you guys. So now the second one is actually Stryker, and this is the camper's dream, okay? So everybody thought that, who was it? It was Nomad in Black Ops 3 with his Hive specialist weapon. That was going to promote a whole bunch of camping, but truth is, it really didn't promote camping, because max, you could only kill 5 people with the Hive, because you only got little 5 pods to shoot around you. So anybody with like engineer, or like any tactical, they could easily just take those out. And same could be said for the micro turret that you get with Stryker, but it's a little different. So the type of people that I see using Stryker, once again, they have that trait, which I don't know what it's called because I don't have it in front of me. They use that one trait where it's pretty much a trophy system at all times, you know. It takes the time to like charge up after it's been used, but still it's like a trophy system. You can't throw a grenade at them, and especially when doing those launcher challenges for the howitzer, they are just so annoying. You are right behind them, you are literally in their face. You shoot them because they have no idea that you're there with the howitzer, and it dissipates and they take no damage. They just turn around and they shoot you. But even worse still, they do that, but they camp in a room, okay? So they're in a room and they set up their micro turret where like it's a one-way in, and then on top of that they have a RA with a silencer, the VMC scope on it, and they just pick people off. And they're almost impossible to get because not everybody in the game runs either a jammer grenade or blind eye. I feel there's better things to use your class points on, because these players are like far and few in between. However, when you do come across them, and it's usually the noobs who are still either first prestige or haven't even prestige. Anybody really like third prestige and below are the ones who I see using this. And they just camp in the corner and they pick people off, and like and then they easily get like 10-15 kills before their micro turret runs out, and so then they gotta run around, get like maybe 5 more kills, and then they're right back to the same spot with another micro turret. But it gets even worse. Sometimes these guys are always in a party, and then they set up all of their turrets through all the entry points, and so dude, those turrets are really annoying. I liked it better back at launch when like it was like 2 shots and then those turrets were done. Now it takes a considerable amount more damage than it did at launch. However, you can still shoot them and like just disable them. It's easy, and also a jammer grenade does work on those. So I don't always have a jammer grenade. I have like 1 or 2 classes where I actually have a jammer. I don't always use it because the map really dictates what gun I play with. I'm not one of those guys who is gun reliant. If you would say, I choose my gun and my loadout according to the maps. That's why I have the loadouts that I have. And these guys are just really super annoying. And so I want to pass that question on to you guys. What do you guys think? Are these people going to have no trouble at all adjusting? Or are you in my camp where you think that these guys are going to have considerable amounts of trouble because they just don't know how to play without it? I mean, it's impossible for them to play without it. And really, that's just something that like I wanted to get out there, because these are the worst types of Infinite Warfare Call of Duty players. These guys just irk me, and if there's 3 or more on the same team or on the opposing team, I usually just leave because there's no point in playing. I'm not gonna have fun, and I'm just gonna be constantly angry, and it's gonna ruin my shot with all the other players, so I just leave. So like, that's just me. Anyway, guys, a like, a sub, and a comment is all greatly appreciated. I am trying to grow. To be honest, I am trying to make something of this. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's a hobby, but at the same time, I do understand that I will have to grind, and it's not gonna come overnight, which is why I am willing to do it. I am determined, and I do have a job. Don't get me wrong, I'm not at home all day playing Call of Duty. I do have a job, so that's why I can't always pump out as many videos as I would like. And unfortunately, I have an idea, but then I see that 4 other people already did it, and that kind of deters me from wanting to put a video out, because it seems like I'm just gonna copy these people, because I have an idea, and then 3 or 4 days later, Chaos Silencer and Hollow Point and people like that, they upload the same video which I had in mind. So I guess just great minds think alike, you could say. But you guys, I am trying to grow. Anyways, I guess that's enough. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.